Hello, guys, and welcome back to another. Actually, nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing welcome back to another episode, okay? Because we got something well more important to say when it comes to introducing today's episode. When we're talking about, you know, another episode, all of that stuff. No, this is the first episode of season 3 of the Joining Me Today podcast, the world's best podcast. Just don't look up if that is a fact. So, yeah, season 3 of the podcast is here. We had a fantastic season 1. We've had a fantastic season 2. I feel like what a great end, by the way, to season 2, having Ben Affa and stuff on. What a fantastic guy. It was great getting to sort of chat with him. I still can't believe I got that interview. It was absolutely amazing getting that interview with him and stuff. He's featured in Epic Rap Battles of History and stuff like that in one of their sort of big sort of videos and stuff like that of the within the sort of past decade and stuff, and just an all-around fantastic guy, fantastic musician. What an episode that was. And I felt like that was the perfect time to end. That felt like it was like the end of another era of the Joining Me Today podcast. And now we're jumping into the third era, I guess you could say, the third season of the Joining Me Today podcast. I'm so excited to jump into this new season, and I've got a fantastic episode. I've got two fantastic guests to kick off this season. But before we jump into that, in this pre-recorded intro segment, it's definitely pre-recorded. It definitely isn't post-recorded. In today's intro segment and stuff, as we're still going to be doing it, it's not going away and stuff. The song recommendation part of this episode. Today's recommendation is going to be the song Girls by Coach Party. I spoke about Coach Party before. They're an absolutely awesome band. They were the song recommendation. I can't think what episode it is. See if I think it's episode 27. I think that they were the song recommendation for their song Microaggression. I'll have a little note here and stuff that'll confirm if that's true or not. But yeah, what a fantastic song this is. They released it this year and stuff. They're still putting out fantastic music. This song, definitely, I'll say it now, contender for Song of the Year, without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. This song is brilliant. The intro, like you hear like the first 20 seconds of this song and you're like, oh, there's something here. This is something absolutely amazing. They're going a little bit away from their kind of indie rock style and going into a more, it's a bit kind of electro rocky, sort of a little bit of a heavier style and stuff like that. And it is really good. They've really sort of jumped into that sort of kind of like world in a way, and it sort of, they've jumped into that and they've really sort of they've done a they've done a really good job in jumping into kind of doing that kind of style of music, sort of making that sort of shift in a way, because that doesn't always work out for artists. Obviously, if they try to change up their sound, it doesn't always work, but you don't have to worry about that with Coach Party. They've definitely made and stuff a good adjustment in their sound and vibe. So that is today's song recommendation. And now jumping into the main portion of today's episode, this episode and stuff, this interview and stuff like that I did. It's absolutely fantastic. I did it at Brighton the Corners Festival and stuff. I was actually part of Brighton the Corners' tune up program, actually, their tune up education program and stuff. And the fantastic folks and stuff like that there and stuff like the program, they allowed me to step away from my duties and stuff like that as part of the tune up program. We were sort of working and stuff like that, helping out with the festival and stuff like that. The Brighton the Corners Music Festival in Ipswich and stuff. They allowed me to step away and stuff like that from my duties and stuff like that there to go film this sort of interview that's going to be coming up in today's episode. And also, which was really cool and stuff. Actually, this was the first time this has happened. This was the first time that I actually sort of arranged and stuff a venue and stuff like that for an interview. Usually, it's kind of like it'll just be, sort of, oh, we'll sort of do the interview at the sort of venue and stuff like that, sort of that they're performing at and stuff itself and stuff like that. It'll be like somewhere backstage or something, but this was this was the first time where, or I remember and stuff like that in episode 32, it was just kind of like, hey, can we record and stuff in your pub, guys? Is that okay? And it was a bit more last minute, but this was a bit more a formal, arranged kind of interview sort of location and stuff. And I haven't even said their name yet. Three Wise Monkeys in Ipswich. Thank you guys for allowing me to film and stuff at your location, at your fantastic kind of bar, your fantastic restaurant and stuff. Absolutely fantastic place, fantastic people there. Really appreciate and stuff like that, you guys and stuff, for allowing me to film there and stuff. And yeah, well, let's stop rambling on. Let's jump into the sort of interview, and definitely ignore the fact that there isn't loads of audio issues in today's episode. You can still watch it, it's fine, but pretty much all my parts are subtitled. I, I'm going to quickly actually talk about this. So this microphone, I had two other microphones, and I had two filming angles. So obviously the camcorder and sort of like my phone and stuff like that, they were the two sort of devices that was recording this interview in terms of video wise. All have opportunities to pick up the audio, and only the microphone that my guests and stuff were using, that was on their side and stuff, actually picked up good enough audio and stuff. My guest audio, that's good, it's all great. Mine's not. I'm basically getting the audio from that microphone because all the other microphones decided to just not do a good job, basically. Any of the other ways of capturing audio decided to not do a very good job. So it's all the audio is basically coming from one microphone. Enough of my rambling. Let's jump straight into today's interview. Past Bailey, definitely not future Bailey. And I mean the other way around. You get what I mean. Just let's just jump to the interview and stuff. This isn't pre-recorded. It's just Past Bailey. Take it away. Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Joining Us Today podcast. But I've already done that, so we've already had the intro. I need to stop doing that when I've already done pre-recorded intros. I need to say welcome to the main part of today's episode. And today, guys, I'm going to be honest, I'm trying to not fanboy out right now, because for the first episode of season 3 of the show, I've got the best bands out there on the indie rock scene at the moment. I've got HotWax's.
Hey, yeah, we're good. Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
We've got to say first off, I'm sorry about all the walking.
No,
prep for this, like.
it woke me up. I needed waking up. Well, did we? I don't know. Had a crazy day today, but yeah, no, thanks.
We're here, and that's what's most important.
Yeah.
We're here, and we're here. But yeah, you guys just played a set at Brighton Corners Festival and stuff like that. Shout out, obviously, to the festival, amazing festival. We're doing some work for them over the last couple of days. Yeah, tell us how the set was.
Yeah, it was we literally arrived from London, well we came from Hastings and then got the train, basically straight on stage, but it was full crowd, really loud, really fun. We haven't done a gig for like maybe a week and a half.
And we've never been to Ipswich. It's been in the calendar, and this morning I thought I'd be getting on a ferry. I thought it sounds like a Dr. Zeus land, you know, like somewhere a
we
bit
had
like
a land far away.
topsy-turvy Ipswich, so I didn't know it was here.
But it was really good.
I love that. I never would have thought that Dr. Zeus thing. That just went somewhere with that.
I know, I don't know what she means by that. But
I really know what I mean by that. So.
It's like, you guys have just played the same, you're tired, we get it, we get that your head's not going to be sitting there. But yeah, like, one thing I said jumped into, he was actually joking about it on the walk here, and that's really about interviews. You guys got interviewed by Elton John. He loves you guys. Like, tell me about all of that. That's awesome.
Well, that was a funny experience because we were on tour with Royal Blood, and it was the most incredible tour. It was the first tour we did in the US, and obviously he was in England, so the time difference was really mad.
We had to wake up at like 5
We
in
had
the
to wake
morning,
up at
and then I was like, in a minute I'm going to be on FaceTime to Elton John.
And we were looking really rough. We were like,
Yeah.
well, maybe we're playing to the like looking tired thing, but I just don't really think it came across. We just looked awful, but he's amazing.
But then we met him like few months afterwards, and we were very dressed up, and that's really funny because someone said to me, next time you meet him, you better put some makeup on, and we really did.
Yeah. But no, he's such an incredible person. It's like for people who have that like name and who are that famous and like legendary to really support young bands is like just so good. It's crazy. Yeah.
You mentioned it, my favourite band of all time. Tell me about Tallulah theirs. Like, I've got to know.
Yeah, they're incredible. We were really nervous. I think that they were on tour before we went on tour with them with Bad Nerves, who I also think are incredible. But I was like, you know, these are all guys who are like adults, and at the time we were like 19 young girls who had never gone on tour, and I was really nervous about that. Like, I really didn't know how we'd fit in. But they were so lovely. They like took us out for dinner on Thanksgiving and showed Lola, like Mike showed Lola all his rig, and like every day would be like hang out in our dressing room, like anything you want. Like it was incredible. And the first proper tour we did, like we learned so much from them, and they're really lovely.
We've hung out with them a few times at festivals we've been to, and they've always just been really cool. And also their set is super amazing.
So cool.
So good. No click or anything, just really rock and roll.
I like what you were saying about getting to check out sort of the group whatever, because their style of music, the production part is a big part of it, isn't it? So obviously those people saying and stuff like that with Mike, obviously with his guitar and obviously the way he changes.
Yeah.
So I don't really know technical of it, so I don't know technical terms.
Yeah, the sound is very, it is quite like crazy to be able to be showing all that.
Yeah, they're really the nicest people and the most incredible musicians, and for our first proper support tour, we couldn't have like gone on tour with that band, you know, it was really good.
I've got to be honest, that is my dream to tour with them. So you guys have lived my dream there, and I'd love to, if that ever happened one day, if I actually found musical talent, that would be nice. One thing we've got to jump into now, I've missed it because I'm really sad. I usually do it in the first little bit of the interview. On my show, with every episode, we've had it with today's episode and stuff, I do song recommendations. I do a song recommendation myself, and then I get my guests to recommend a random song, maybe they've been listening to it recently, maybe even stuff like what was the top of the Spotify Wrapped last year. So like, yeah, tell us if something you guys were to recommend a song out there, what would you guys say?
I don't know, what, like a recent one?
It could be anything you think, right?
Any song? Well, there's a song me and Tallulah were listening to a lot when we were on tour, when we just released the album, and I'd say A Strange Girl by Laura Marling, so it reminds me of myself, and yeah, it's not very rock, but it's quite nice and fun to listen to, and I like that song, I listen to it a lot.
Recently I've been really listening to this song by a band called Flooding, but now I don't remember the name, so I'm not going to do that one, but that was a cool band with a cool song. But my most listened to song of last year was a song called Great Days for the Passenger by Autolux.
Autolux, yeah.
Autolux, the album Future Perfect. I'm really bad at song names. I have so many songs I've been listening to now, and I can't. There's like that kid artist who now isn't an artist. I love them at the moment, but I'm just really bad at remembering the specific song names, so can't really. I wish I could remember.
I just find it funny as well, when you were saying about the kid part, I thought you got that genuinely been like, yes, and that's the kid who's doing it.
But he's not doing it anymore.
I'm so confused, like, what's going on here? Yeah, it was great to get those song recommendations and stuff from you guys and stuff. Before we start to wrap things up here and all that, I know we're a bit sort of limited on time today. One thing I've got to say, right, I think this to me is like the pinnacle of like how amazing you guys are. 2 EPs in 1 year, and they were both amazing. How is that possible? Like, 2023, how did you make 2 amazing EPs?
Well, the first one was sort of like a collection of songs that we'd recorded before we got signed to our label and everything. And we were about to put it out, and then we met our manager Claire, like in Hastings, and she was like, we were saying, we'll just put it out like next week. She was like, wait, what are you doing? Like, save it. So we kind of had that already, and then we quickly wrote the second one, and then was touring for ages, and then had to quickly write the album. So now we have a bit more time to write, which is kind of nice, because it was all quite like rushed in a way. But
I guess it was just like us kind of starting the music industry properly, I guess, and just writing purely what was just came to us in rehearsals, really.
Which is so nice.
Yeah.
And what I like as well, it's like both EPs provide their own vibe. And it's like so good at the vibe it's bringing. Because of obviously you got a bit more of a sharper sound with Brighton Kindly, and then that's all with the other one, which name has just escaped me. It's 1,000 times.
1,000 times.
Yeah, well done. Look, we've got matching tattoos.
Oh my god, that is actually so
Yeah.
That's actually, that's so adorable.
Thank you.
Like the vibe of that, like Treasure alone, what a song from that first EP and stuff like that is amazing and stuff. And then, like I said, like sharp sound, you got like E flat and stuff in the second EP for instance and stuff. So yeah, so I told you, I said I wasn't gonna plan.
You're so lovely. It's really making my day. Thank you.
But yeah, this has been great. It's us sitting down with you guys and stuff today. Before we go, the last thing and stuff I'm going to ask, what's the most important piece of advice? If you were to give a piece of advice to someone, what's the most important piece of advice you could give?
Make sure that you're enjoying yourself, and if you're not, think to yourself why, and keep at it. Yeah, what I say, keep having fun. Make things fun. If you've got like a long, horrible day, be like, I'm just going to try and make it fun because
really make the most of things and the little things. Like that lady in the car being nice, that made my day. Like,
yeah, or you see one person in the crowd that just looks like they're like, if you're starting off as a musician, that just having, looks like you've brought something.
And if
to their
the sun
day.
is shining, then that's a positive thing. And if it's raining, then it's watering the plants. Like you have to look at the positives
Even
of life.
though we're very much cannot be the most positive people, but we like to give that advice.
Yeah, I try.
Those are some great pieces of advice right there and stuff like that. And yeah, this has been another fantastic episode. What a start to season 3 of the show. So yeah, provide you guys the best guests, especially when it's the beginning of the new season. Obviously, you have to, you've got to go big when it's the beginning of the season and stuff. But anyway, thank you guys for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thanks. Thank you.